It's time for the results of the first trade day of NHL 26. We have these 5 cards up for trade right now, and I'm going to go through them one by one, finding the best trade in my opinion, and accepting offers. A couple quick things right before we start. I have not looked at trades beforehand, and I have not gone up on the auction house and looked at the prices of cards. I do know how much each one of these cards is selling for, however. This is all going to be a guesstimation. If you guys are new, don't forget to subscribe for more trade days and NHL 26 videos in the future, and let's get started. The first player we're looking at is Nikolaj Ehlers. And all I wanted for this Nikolaj Ehlers was a random Detroit Red Wing. Now, unfortunately, they only show 12 offers at the top, but there's definitely more than 12 offers on this card. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reject a few offers, and then I'm going to randomly pick one. All right, I rejected a bunch. There are 9 offers left. Every trade contains at least 1 Detroit Red Wing on it. To the person that tried to give me Steve Yzerman for this card, no, I'm not accepting that. And we're just gonna go like that. I'm just spamming the button. I wish you the best of luck, and thank you to everyone who sent a trade into the Nikolaj Ehlers. Hopefully you win. 3, 2, 1. Eric Gustafsson, 82 overall. All right, there you go. That's I guess that's okay. He'll help me with the objectives at least. I don't know if he makes the team, but there you go. Nikolaj Ehlers, enjoy. Now that we have that out of the way, let's take a look at how many trades we actually have. On the 4 cards, we have 116 offers to go through. I just finished editing this trade day. I was about to upload it, but I went to go check the price of the Gustafsson. He's selling for way more than I had anticipated. If you sent me this Gustafsson for the Nikolaj Ehlers and you want your Gustafsson back, let me know. Shoot me a DM or something. That was not the point of the Nikolaj Ehlers trade. It was supposed to be like a random Red Wing. That was dumb of me, I guess. I should have known. I don't know. I did not expect this card to be going for almost 30k, 25k, whatever. So if you won the trade, let me know. And if you want the Gustafsson back, let me know and we can make that happen. All right, this is going to take a bit. Go get a snack, come back, we'll get into this, have some fun. We're going to be starting this trade day with Sergey Federov. And before we continue, to everyone who sent in a trade, regardless if it ends up making it into the video or not, thank you so much for being a part of this. If you guys want to see more trade days in the future, please make sure to leave a like on this. If we get at least 500 likes, we'll definitely do another one in the near future. All right, Sergey, what do we have? Now, I'm not blocking anything yet. I'm blocking, like, the card info, but that's fine, right? This doesn't matter. So we start with Austin Matthews, Nikita Kucherov, and Danny Boyle. That is an interesting one. The next one is Lindholm and Teravainen. So obviously, if you guys don't know what a trade day is and how it works, this offer is obviously better than this offer. So I'm going to reject this offer, and then we move on. The next offer is Rob Blake, Scott Niedermayer, and Francois Beauchemin. I'm going to assume that this offer is worth less. We'll go ahead and reject that. Interesting. We got Chris Chelios, my captain, Dylan Larkin, and we got the Windsor Spitfires arena. Guy knows me well. I am going to hang on to that trade. We've got Sean Dursey, Vlad Gavrikov, Jim Dowd, and Matt Semenoff. We're going to pass on this one. 11 more offers to look through. So we can actually just kind of scroll through them all and see if there's any real big ones. Like this is an interesting one. Beliveau, Hagel, Murphy, and Barkov. We'll hang on to that for now. We've got Joe Thornton in this one. The rest of it's not a ton, but again, we'll hang on to it. Thornton could be worth something. We have Kucherov. Gartner, I know, is an awesome card. Not out there with Smith and Hunter. This one, unfortunately, we're going to pass on, but thank you for sending in an offer here. We have Mike Modano and Victor Olofsson. I don't imagine that Modano's worth more than, like, Nikita Kucherov or Austin Matthews, so I'm going to pass. Maybe, yeah, I'll pass on it. I'll pass on it. And here's the thing, I don't know what the values are of a lot of these. This is an interesting trade, as we have an Icon, Rantanen, and Reinhardt. But I don't know, like, the values of all these cards or anything, so really it comes down to making the best guess that I can. So it's going to be interesting. If I do make a mistake by rejecting an offer, make sure you let me know down below and let me know how much of an idiot I am. So we have Matthews, Kucherov, Boyle, Chelios, a Spitfires Arena, and Dylan Larkin, Beliveau, Hagel, Murphy, and Barkov, Joe Thornton, and an alternate captain card, Vince Dunn and Adrian Kempe, Will Smith, Mike Gartner, Nikita Kucherov, and Dave Hunter, and then we have Landeskog with Lundqvist, Rantanen, and Reinhardt. Let me be honest with you. There's only one offer in my mind that really makes sense. Quite simply, Matthews, Kucherov, and Boyle. I know Matthews lost a ton of value because his MSP came out, but even so, Kucherov and Boyle, that should help make up the difference. I love the Chris Chelios. However, at one point last week, I saw him for 40,000 coins. So, while he may have gone up since then, I am going to reject this offer, but thank you for sending that in. Beliveau, Hagel, Murphy, and Barkov is really interesting. I don't know what any of, like, Murphy or Beliveau would be selling for. I love Larry Murphy as a D-man. I am going to pass on this one as well, though. Joe Thornton, I can't imagine is one of the more expensive icons. Unfortunately, his skating is terrible, so we'll pass on this. I love the Mike Gartner. I know that card is sick. I don't imagine an 83 is selling for it that much, though, even though the card is awesome. So I'm going to pass on this one. And then Landeskog, Lundqvist, Rantanen, and Reinhart. I love the idea of Rantanen being there. Lundqvist, unfortunately, as a goalie, probably not worth a ton. So I will reject that offer. And the winner here is going to be Matthews, Kucherov, and Boyle. Enjoy your Sergey Fedorov. What I'm going to do at the end of this trade day is actually go up on the auction house and take a look at what each card I accepted is selling for. So right now, these are the cards that are currently in the inbox. We'll take a look at what each one is selling for, and then we're going to compare it to the Sergey Fedorov and all the other cards' combined value to see if I won value, lost value, or hit the nail right on the head. The next player we're looking at is Cale Makar, the only defenseman part of this trade day. Let's get started. We started off with actually an interesting offer. That Jackson Blake card at 85. Very rare. Like, I have not seen anyone using this card, and I think he's pretty solid. The next offer is Tkachuk, Marcel Dion, and Jere Lehtinen. Dion, another very good card, so this is interesting so far to start. We have LaRouche, we have Larkin, a Wings jersey, and Fedotov. We will go ahead and reject that one. Next one up is Evan Bouchard, straight up at 84 overall. Now, the thing is, something you can see, underneath Evan Bouchard, it has a max price of $94K. That means he doesn't really sell for that much. So I am going to go ahead and reject the Evan Bouchard. Doesn't sell for a ton according to that. We have 4 decent cards here. That Charlie McAvoy probably sells for a bunch because of the chemistry. I'm going to pass, even though Connor Hellebuck at an 85 is interesting. I kind of like this trade here, and this one's interesting as well. We have Lacombe and McAvoy, of course, we'll pass on this. Next up, Leclerc. We have Mike Gartner again and Marty Turco. I will pass on this. I think that, like, Leclerc and Turco do have value. What's going on, Josh? Good to see you again. I think we do have some value on the icons, but I don't know if that's enough. Modano and Aaron Frankel at 83. 83s do have a bit of value. Modano probably sells for a decent amount. I'll hang on to it for now. We'll pass on the Brady, Leo, and Mika. Next up, Phil Housley and Jack Hughes. I don't know what Hughes is selling for. I'll hang on to that one as well. We have Jet Graves. We have Nick Suzuki and Bowen Byram. I know Suzuki sells for a lot as well. Dang, man. All right, I'll hang on to it again. We have Jack Hughes in that one. What sells for more? Brant Clark, Frodel, and Shea, or Phil Housley? I'm going to go with Phil Housley, because I know Shea probably sold for a lot for a while, but now that that Team of the Week player is out that you can get for like 6K, probably doesn't sell for as much. What's next here? Jake Sanderson and Rick Nash. This is interesting. There's some pretty good offers here. I know I can pass on this one. Okay. Albin Sundin. What's up, man? We can pass on you. We got Eric Wally Wollerholm. What are these names? We have Casper Bjorkvist and a few guys here. We can pass on that one. Will Cranley. All right, we can pass on that. We're starting to get some lower end offers, which is good. Next up is Cervenka, Kasha. Yeah, some more, like, decent cards maybe, but not anyone's going to make the team. No one I'm looking to sell. We have a Ray Bork. Interesting. Yeah, all right. I'll hang on to that too. And we got Chris Pronger. All right, I guess we're going to hang on to a bunch here. Holy crap. Okay. Alfredsson, Kopitar, and a couple of Swedes here. All right. We can pass on this one. Dang, this is going to be a tough one. A lot of good offers here for Cale Makar. For Mario Lemieux. What does Mario Lemieux sell for? We got Mo Sider in there. I love Mo, but like his captain card's extremely cheap to make and definitely better, so he probably has no value. Bertuzzi, I mean, max price is only 48K. He doesn't sell for anything. We got Nikita Kucherov straight up. We've already taken a Kucherov, so I'm going to pass on Kuch. Don't know what he sells for, but it's what it is. Maybe that was a mistake. I have no idea. We have Modine and McEachran. We can pass on them. And we're down to the final 11 here as we have Pedersen, Skinner, Middleton, and Montour. We will pass on that as well. So 10 different offers I need to look through and make a decision on. I think I'm going to pass on the Marcel Dion here. I love that card. I think that's a sick card, but man, Madonna's a tough one to pass on. Hughes and Housley. I'm going to pass on. I'm going to pass on this. I'm going to pass on it. Might be a mistake. That was probably a mistake. That might have been the best one. Suzuki, I know, sells for a lot. I'm going to pass on this as well. Oh, dear God. Mario Lemieux is just such an interesting card, man. Like, I don't know. Ray Bork and, I mean, Chris Pronger, you know, he's probably got some value, but I know some of these cards are coming down in value. I have no idea here. I'm going to pass on Nash and Sanderson. I think both of those cards are actually really good. I really like the Jackson Blake. I know he's somewhat rare, which might drive his value up a little bit. Oh, man. Madonna's a sick card. Ray Bork, I'm going to pass on. That might be a mistake. I had one part of this trade day before. I was actually going to put him in and decided to sell him. He was someone that was going to be in this trade day. So I think I'm comfortable passing on him. Alfie and Kopitar are sweet. I don't know about why is Johansson's max price 85K? I'm going to pass. I don't know. There's 4 offers here. It's really hard for me to reject the Mario Lemieux. It is, straight up. It is hard for me to say no to Mario Lemieux. Jackson Blake is like the only one I think that is making me question it. I can't. I gotta take Mario here. I'm hoping Mario sells for at least 50K. I'm going to accept this offer. These were all really close. That Jackson Blake, man, that is a really interesting card, and I am going to look and see what he's selling for right after this, but I can't say no to Mario. Let's hope that Mario is at least 50K. Thank you for the trade. Enjoy your Cale Makar. We now have all these items in our inbox, and I want to go see what that Jackson Blake sells for. I'm hoping it's not a ton. All right, he's around 34K. I feel very happy with the trade that I accepted then. That was super close. Let's see how many trades we have left on the final 2 cards. 2 players remain, 72 trades to go through. We're about halfway through from when we started with Nikolaj Ehlers, about halfway through. There's a lot of offers on Connor McDavid, I'm sure. Before we take a look at that though, we've got to take a look at Teemu Selanne. Starting us off, we have Steve Larmer, Hampus Lindholm, Ryan O'Reilly, and Evgeny Malkin. Trade number 2 has Pekka Rinne in it. And I'm going to assume Pekka Rinne is worth more. So there we go. There's actually only 12 trades on the Teemu Selanne. Okay, so this is going to be a real quick one. Pekka Rinne. We have Thornton and Beliveau with Michkov. Obviously, I'm going to assume that one is worth more. Next up, 4 players with not a lot of value. All right, cool. This is probably one of the easier ones. Did that guy send a lot of the same players for every trade? That's funny. Wayne Gretzky. That came out of nowhere. Okay, hold on. That could be tough. We got Zetterberg, Teravainen, and Abby. And then the final trade we're going to look at here is Connor Hellebuck. All right, so Teemu Selanne. This is probably going to be a loss, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know what Wayne sells for. I don't know what Thornton, Michkov, and Beliveau is going to sell for. The only thing now is 1 card versus 3. Is 1 card going to sell for more than 3 cards combined? Icons are coming down in price. I don't know about Jean Beliveau. I truthfully, when thinking about it, think it's going to come down to convenience. It is easier to sell Wayne Gretzky than it will be to sell these 3 cards, if you know what I mean. I think we're going to go straight up. Wayne Gretzky for Teemu Selanne. Not a lot of offers on Teemu here. We had 12 offers in total on Teemu Selanne. Not a lot. Thank you to everyone who did send in the trade. Obviously, he was probably the free pick out of a lot of people's pre-orders and whatnot. But here is the inbox now. We have Wayne and Mario together in the inbox, which is pretty sick. We have 1 more card to go through, and there's going to be a ton of offers on him. Over 60 trade offers on Connor McDavid. Let's get into this. This is probably going to take a bit. The first one we see, Hossa, Miller, Middleton, and Gustafsson. All right. Next up, Laff and Francis. Now, would Ron Francis sell for more? That's actually... Oh, I just spoiled myself. I just saw a trade offer. Oh, dear God. Okay. I'm going to pass on this one. All right. It's fine. We got Ron Francis for now. We've got those... Okay. Definitely going to hang on to those guys for now. So we got Lindros, Yager, Barzell, and Nylander. That is interesting. Next up, we have Red Kelly, Jordan Kyrou, and Zdeno Chara. Chara is interesting. Again, a lot of people got him for free. Kyrou sells for a bunch because he's fast, but we'll pass. Next up, Laine, Schneider, Hossa, and another Wayne Gretzky. We just took Wayne. I'm going to pass. We just took Wayne. I'm going to pass. The rest of it there I didn't like. We have Murray, Vejmelka, and Suzuki. We can pass on. Next up, oh, dear God. All right. Lundqvist, Gretzky, the Jonathan Toews check my game card, and then we also have the Shane Wright 84. That is interesting. I'll hang on to it. We can pass on this one with William Nylander because we already have a trade offer with William Nylander. We got Cromwell, Boldy, Hensley, and Zibanejad. We can pass on. Cousins, Hayduk, Mario, and Rantanen. Mario and Rantanen obviously is a good combo, but again, we already have a Mario. We'll pass on that for now. There's going to be an offer coming in. Oh, Nathan McKinnon and Quinn Hughes together. McKinnon sells for a bunch, absolutely. Quinn Hughes doesn't sell for as much because of his captain card. It's not a captain card, it's a rookie card. Either way, McKinnon is hard to pass on. Ah, right. I don't know if there's enough there. I'm going to hang on to it. Here's the Peter Forsberg, Wayne Gretzky, Dylan Larkin, and Steve Yzerman. That's going to be really hard for me to pass on as well. We've got Hossa, Chelios, Draisaitl, and Raymond. I like it, but I'm going to pass. This is going to be interesting for sure. Oh, dear God. Kucherov, Richard, Potvin, and then Sergey Fedorov. What? We're going to be hanging on to a lot of offers here, I bet. There's going to be a bunch of them here. Oh, boy. We got McKinnon with Taves and Brodeur. So, like, did we already just... Yeah, what's more? Taves and Brodeur? Or Hughes, Stoffler, and Ogrognik? I'm going to take the other one. We're going to take the other one for now. Oh, boy, oh, boy. We've got Gordie Howe, Dylan Larkin, Nick Lidstrom, and Victor Hedman. Uh-huh. We got Sagan, Gustafsson, and Fast. Okay, we can pass on that. Okay, good. We got rid of one for once. A lot of great offers here so far. I'm going to pass on the Chelios and Potvin. We have, next up, Shanahan and Eisman. I love it, but not enough value there. Oh, dear God. Jack Hughes, Joe Thornton, Sergey Fedorov, and Mario Lemieux. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can pass on this one. That's good. That's great. That's awesome. Chelios and McKinnon. Okay. There's, what's the other offer? Hold on. Where's the McKinnon? Does Brodeur and Tays sell for less combined than Chris Chelios? I have no idea. We have a bunch of really interesting cards. We know that Jackson Blake doesn't sell for a lot. We got lucky there. We can go ahead and reject that. Eichel's MSP, Bathgate, and Byfield. Byfield is a very cool card. I'm going to pass on this one. I don't know what I'm going to be taking. I have no idea. I have a feeling I'm going to be losing value. Byram and Bouchard is interesting. I'll pass, though. We have Sagan, Reinhardt, Bowen Byram, and Connor Geeky. 85 Bowen Byram probably sells for a bunch. We have Barzell, McKinnon, Talbot. Okay, I'll pass on that. Maybe I should have kept that because Barzell, whatever. I'm going to pass on this one. We have a lot of offers still. Fedorov and Swayman, we can pass on. Okay. We have Teemu Selanne, McTavish, Marchenko, and Stone. We'll pass on this one. Gavrikov, Miller, Chelios, Hellebuck. I'm going to get rid of this one as well. Still, how many offers? Hold on. How many offers still? I want to know. There's still like 40, 30 offers, 20 offers. What are we at?
5 minutes later.
There's still 37 offers on this card. I have to start getting rid of one. Like, I have to get rid of some of these, or else I'm just going to fill up my entire thing here. Okay, somebody sent in a new offer of Joe Thornton straight up. We can pass on that. Okay, that's good. I'm going to pass on this. Barzell, Nylander, Yager. Oh, how do I pass on this, right? If they're all... I don't know. Like, I know I already took a Gretzky, but the Tays and Shane Wright cards are rare, and Tays has insane face-offs. Forsberg... Like, I love Steve Yzerman. The fact that Steve Yzerman's in this, I'd love to have him on the team. Gretzky, we already took one. Hold on, there's 2 Gretzky offers, right? There's 2 Gretzky offers. Which one is better? I'm gonna go with... I have no idea. Based on max price, this offer is better. Not by much, but it is. So I'm going to reject this one. I don't like that I rejected that. All right, yes. I love the Nick Lidstrom. I love Gordie Howe. I'm going to pass on this one. That might be a mistake, too. Again, if I make any huge mistakes, let me know down below. How do I turn down this trade? You know what I mean? Like, how do I... McKinnon and Chelios. I'm going to pass on the Bowen Byram. I think that's a really sick card, though. We have a lot of offers. Okay, what sells for more? McKinnon or Beliveau? McKinnon, obviously. So that's good. We got rid of one there. We're getting rid of some. We're getting through these. We can pass on the Pavanka, even though that card is sick and sells for a lot because of the chemistries. We have, all right, Tage Thompson and Lekis. That card is extremely rare. If it was one of the forwards, I might be taking it. Because he's a goalie, I'm going to pass, but those cards are very, very rare. Rantanen, Larkin, and Pronger, I can pass on. Okay, this is good. We're getting through these. We have McCleary, Suzuki, and Eichel. We can pass on that. McCleary, sick budget card if you need one. Eliash and Heisey, we can pass on. Richard, Pronger, Fedorov, Bedard. I don't know if I can pass on that yet. Not willing to pass on that one yet. Barron, Zadorov, and Samuelson. Love Sammy, but we can pass. Thornton, Rattray, and Hellebuck, we can definitely move on from. Next up, Kucherov with Thornton and Kachuk. I'm going to pass on that. That's crazy for me to say out loud, because like some of those cards... Again, I don't really know what I like that one too, but I don't really know what the cards are selling for, you know what I mean? So I could be making a huge mistake by rejecting some of these. I know Roman Josi at one point sold for a lot. He might not anymore. Man, Barkov and Hellebuck, I don't think have a ton of value. I'm going to pass on that. We have Cummins, Richter, Sharp, Sundberg. All right, we're down to the final 11. We can pass on this trade. We have Edvinsson, Pronger, and Raymond. We can pass on that one. Kaprizov, a couple of Appletons, and Ambrose we can pass on, and we have one more to look at. No, we have them all. These are the 8. These are the final 8. Lindros, Yager, Barzell, and Nylander. Lundqvist, Gretzky, Tays, and Wright. Kucherov, Richard, Potvin, and Fedorov. We have Brodeur with Tays and Nathan McKinnon. Jack Hughes with Joe Thornton, Sergey Fedorov, and Mario Lemieux. Chelios and McKinnon. All right, Chelios and McKinnon. Or, where's the other McKinnon? There was another McKinnon, right? Tays, Brodeur, McKinnon. I'm going to pass on this one. I'm going to hang on to Chelios. That's probably a mistake. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I don't know what I'm going to do here. Look at these offers. We already took a Mario. I'm going to pass on the Mario. We already took a Gretzky. It's really hard for me to pass on this Gretzky, though. But I'm going to. Don't want to take duplicate offers. We have a Kucherov already. I don't know if that really counts, but... Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm going to... Oh, it's really hard to pass on this one. I'm going to... Oh, boy. This is tough, guys. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do here. I really don't. I don't know what Richard is selling for. If he sells for a ton, then this is a really good offer, probably. But if he doesn't, maybe this is the way to go. You know what I mean? I think no matter what, I'm probably going to lose value here, which is fine. It's fun in the trade day, right? Whatever you guys send, the winner gets to win, you know, whatever. I don't know what the icons are dropping, right? Like, they're dropping in value. They're dropping a ton. Fedorov could still be worth a lot. He might not. And if he isn't, then this is not a good trade. If he is, for whatever reason, still selling for a ton, then it's a solid trade. I don't know what to do. This is really tough. What sells for more? Kucherov and Potvin or Richard? I'm going to assume Richard would sell for less than those two combined, so we'll reject that. We have the final three. Lindros, Yager. I know Nylander sells for a lot. Other than that, like, I don't know if Yager's like 10K or 30K. I don't know if Lindros is 20K or 70K. You know what I mean? I have no idea. I'm going to pass. It's these two right here. Do I go Chelios and McKinnon, who I know Chelios dropped at one point was 40K. Did he go back up? I don't know. And then we have these guys here, who Fedorov was part of this trade day, and I have an idea of how much he's worth. But that was a little bit ago, and it could have dropped. Maurice Richard could go for a lot. He might not as well. Kucherov we already have. He might go for a lot. I have no idea. I'm going to take Nathan McKinnon and Chris Chelios. Based on the max price, it makes more sense to take McKinnon and Chelios, but I think McKinnon is still around... He has to be at least 150K. If he's around 150K, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to accept this offer, but I am going to look up how much Maurice Richard is selling for. Before we accept this one, I'm looking up Richard's value. Oh my god, the menus in this game are so freaking slow. Look at this. This is ridiculous. This is what I've been dealing with during the trade day. I try and scroll through trades and it's just frozen for 30 seconds at a time.
Later that night.
Maurice Richard is selling for less than 40K. I'm okay with making the, accepting the offer I was going to then. No matter what, I was going to accept this offer, but I wanted to see how much of a mistake it would have been. I am going to take Nathan McKinnon and Chris Chelios for Connor McDavid. I still think I'm losing value, but Nathan McKinnon, 85 overall, Chris Chelios at 86 for Connor McDavid. The trade day is officially over. Now we need to look up the prices of all the cards that you see right here and compare that to the current value of the 4 cards we just traded. All right, so the cheapest Connor McDavid up right now is 275K, so I'll write that down. The cheapest Cale Makar is 65K. He dropped a ton. Wow, okay. The cheapest Sergey Federov is 84,000, so 83 there. So 80, we'll put 84. And Teemu Selanne, the cheapest one up, I see 79, so we'll say 80K, because obviously it's 79,999. All 4 of those players combined have a value of 504,000 coins at the current time. Will I get back 504,000 out of the 9 players we accepted for trades? I'm very doubtful on that, but let's find out. The cheapest Dan Boyle up is 45K. Interesting. So we'll write down 45K for Boyle. The cheapest Mort 11K. Why is he selling for 11K? That doesn't... 10.5. We'll just write 11K. What on earth? That doesn't make any sense. You could buy 579s and make his captain card for like 7K. Weird. Next up, Wayne Gretzky. Now this will be interesting. What is Wayne selling for? I see 76K. Ouch. All right, so 77 we'll write down because 76.9. What about Mario Lemieux? What do we have for Mario here? 50K. Oh, man. Yeah, we lost value on this trade day. Holy. We will write down the cheapest one here. I see 52.5, so we'll write 53. What about Nikita Kucherov? How's he doing for value? 39, 38, 36K? 36K. All right. Wow. What about base Austin Matthews at 84 overall? Hoping for around 20. Yeah, 20 would make sense. See 19.5 there, 19.7, 18.5. So we will write 19 then. Nathan McKinnon's going to have to be the savior here. Is Nathan McKinnon selling for a ton? Please tell me he is. See 205. Wait. Wait, 193? All right, we'll write down 194 for Nathan MacKinnon. That helps so much. Second to last is Chris Chelios, so let's see what he's going to be selling for here. 50K, 45, yeah, around 40K. I see 45 is the cheapest right now. All right, 45K it is. And the final card is Todd Bertuzzi, who I am not expecting to have any value. Maybe like 7K if we're lucky. The cheapest one up for buy now is 12.5. There's one up for a bid for 6. All right, looks like alumni is around 8,500. The 82 alumni, around 8,500 coins. We'll write down 85. We'll just put 8K, it's fine. So adding everything together, we spent 504,000 coins on the 4 cards, and we're getting back 487,000 coins. Obviously, that's not counting the Ehlers and the card that we accepted for him. We lost value on that, but that was just for fun. But on all these cards here for the big 4, we lost about 17K. In my opinion, that's actually pretty damn good. Once again, if you guys want to see more trade days in the future, don't forget to leave a like. I appreciate you watching. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow right here on the channel with another video. I feel like we did pretty good here today. Obviously, some trades we lost some. We may have gained some on a couple, but overall, we only lost out on 17K out of 500, and that is really solid in my opinion. Anyways, y'all, thanks for watching. Stay frosty.